So we have finally got a little bit of information from LG about what their 2022 TV lineups are going to be costing. And that has come from our good friends at John Lewis here in the UK. At the moment, it's the only store that has these available for pre-order, and it is only in the 48-inch. However, from the price of this and comparing it to the prices of previous TVs, we should be able to deduce what the new TVs are going to be costing. So today in this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the LG C2 and trying to decide what we think it's going to cost. Now, obviously, these are going to be evidence-based predictions, so if you think something different, comment down below what you think it's going to cost. Now, before we get into the numbers, it is worth noting that this TV isn't just a standard step up from the year before, it has new technology inside. Mainly, they've now included an Evo panel on the C2, whereas previously you could only get that in the G series. Adding to that, we have the new OLED EX displays. That means already these should be achieving higher brightnesses with less risk of burn-in, so the C2 in theory should be a fantastic jump up. Now, the LG C2 48-inch has been made available for pre-order on John Lewis here in the UK. Now, if you're in the US, that might not mean a lot to you, but I am going to compare the US and UK prices from last year and make predictions on both, so do stick around for those. Now, if we were to compare the price of this year's 48-inch C2 compared to last year's C1, it is £100 more expensive, and to be honest, that is probably to be expected. There is a sizable jump from last year's model, not just a few tweaks and processor changes. Ultimately, we might be getting a TV potentially better than a G1, but for a cheaper price. Now, John Lewis has announced the price of the 48-inch C2 at being £1,400, or just shy of. Now, that is £100 more than the C1 in 2021, so there is that price increase. Now, I imagine we can expect more of the same when it gets announced in the US. In the US, it launched at $1,500. I imagine it's probably going to be jumping up to $1,600. Now, I imagine we can expect more of the same from the 55-inch, and that you'll get that sort of £100, $100 price increase. The C1 launched at £1,700. I predict it will go up to £1,800. In the US, that was $1,800, and I imagine it's probably going to jump up to $1,900. Now, as we get to some of the slightly bigger sizes, I imagine we actually might not see that price jump. You see, the thing is, in previous years, larger TVs were quite rare and they didn't make many of them. But in the past few years, and especially in the most recent years, larger TVs are getting even more popular. That size is 65-inch and up. Now, due to the increased demand of larger TVs and probably the higher stock counts, we'll probably see the prices actually come down. Now, to offset that between the increased price of the 48-inch and all the new technology in the C2, I reckon it will probably actually level itself out. So I don't expect any price increases for a 65-inch, a 77-inch, or the 83-inch. Now, what about the 42-inch? I don't have anything to go on in the past regarding the difference in size between a 48-inch and a 42-inch, because there wasn't one last year. But what I can do is I can look at the sort of price jumps between the sizes and sort of try and deduce what the price jump might be for this one. Now, in 2021, the price difference between a 48-inch C1 and a 55-inch C1 was £400. In the US, that was only $300. Now, I think this price difference is probably going to swap around. I think we might get a 42-inch C2 in the US for $1,200 and £1,100 here in the UK. Now, obviously, this is all speculation, and LG haven't given me any of these numbers, so if you think it's going to be anything different, have a conversation with me down below. Pop down a comment what you think. And also, are you excited for the C2? Have you pre-ordered yours already? Let me know. Click these videos to see more from me, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Whoop!